You can't really explain the show in a couple sentences because it is complicated, but I think that's what makes it interesting and intriguing. But I think I try and simplify it as much as possible it's about a television show called Cult that everybody is obsessed with. And the fans have become so obsessed that they are starting to recreate some of the things they're seeing on the show in real life. They think the show is speaking to them through messages. And I play a production assistant on the television show who first starts to notice that these strange things are happening. And I investigate further with the help of Jeff, played by Matt Davis.
And how would you describe your character, Skye, when we first meet her?
Well, Skye grew up with a reporter father. He was a famous news reporter. So she's very determined, she's very tenacious and inquisitive by nature. And she's trying to find out her own answers. She has her own motivations to look into Cult and what's really going on. And I just admire her drive. She never gives up, and she's quite smart and interesting.
And how would you describe her dynamic with Jeff?
You know, Jeff's younger brother disappears as a result of being a fan of the show. So when he comes to the set of Cult to find out what's really going on, I think Skye is just happy to have somebody that will finally listen to her and believe her, and he validates all of her suspicions. He's somebody that she trusts almost immediately. And there's going to be a lot of sexual tension between us. Will they, won't they get together? I think that will happen, but we're in sort of an intense situation, which means that it's not necessarily appropriate for us to date or do anything like that. But they will tease it. They will definitely tease it.
So romance is kind of a factor,
of course,
possibly.
Of course, it has to be in these shows, don't you think? It's more interesting.
Especially on the CW, I feel like
exactly.
It's like a prerequisite.
Exactly.
When I spoke to Matt, he said that Skye is actually looking for someone, or someone might have been missing in her life that kind of causes her.
Her father went missing when she was about 14 or 15 years old. He was doing a story on union corruption and sort of disappeared one night, and she never saw him again. And in the pilot, we find this out, but we're not sure what her true intentions are. And in subsequent episodes, you might find out that her father's disappearance has more to do with the bigger picture.
Do you have a lot of scenes with Robert Knepper? Because he's obviously going to be a big player in this whole...
Yeah. Well, Skye interacts more with his alter ego, the actor who plays Billy Grimm, Roger Reeves, but she doesn't actually have much interaction with him. She has one episode where she interacts with Billy Grimm. Something really crazy happens to her, and it's another altered state. We introduce another reality for that one episode where she does interact with Billy Grimm, but that's the only time.
So another like fourth.
Yes, I know. It just gets more and more complicated.